So we're going to practice a few of the problems that we skipped over yesterday and some of the ones that we skipped over today. And we're going to start with question number 3 on page 20. A ski jacket originally sold for $90. The discount was $15, so what was the rate of discount? And we're going to start with the discount equation, which says that discount is equal to a percent of the original amount. Discount equals percent times original. Okay, and we're told here the ski jacket originally sold for $90, okay, and that the discount was $15. Okay, so I can plug those numbers in their spots. The discount was $15 and the original price was $90, and it says what was the rate of discount? So R, the rate, is what we're looking for. So our equation says 15 equals R times 90. To get the value of R, you're simply going to divide each side by 90. So on the right, R times 90 divided by 90 is just R. And when you punch in 15 divided by 90 on your calculator, you get 0 and 1, 6, but the 6 goes on forever. It actually repeats. So I'm going to put a repeated bar over that 6. Okay, but again, we want to express our rate as a percentage, so we need to change this number into a percentage. Okay, so again, remember, when you change your decimal to a percent, all you have to do is move that decimal 2 times to the right, once, twice. So we're going to have 16. But remember, after this 6 was a whole mess of other 6s. So that's actually going to be 16 and 6/10 repeated percent. And the 6/10 repeated is better known as the fraction 2/3. So I'm just going to call that 16 and 2/3 percent. And so I can say now that there is a 16 and 2/3 percent discount in the price of the jacket. Example 4 tells us that the price of a hairdryer has been reduced 40%. If it was reduced $10, then what was the original price? So once again, we need to start with the equation, which again says that discount is equal to a percent of the original price. Okay, and let's see if we can find the different pieces that we need here. Okay, they tell us that it's been reduced, the price of the hairdryer, it's been reduced by 40%. So for our percentage, we're going to change that to a decimal. 40% is going to be equal to 4/10. Okay. And then it says right here, if it was reduced $10, well, that's how much the price went down. That is the amount of the discount. So $10 is going to be the discount. And they want to know what was the original price. So I'm going to use the variable W because we want to know what the whole original price was. Okay, so we have 10 equals 4/10 times W. So to get the price of W, the original price, all you're going to do is divide each side by 4/10. Okay, and then on the right, 4/10 W divided by 4/10 is just W. On the left, when you punch this into your calculator, 10 divided by 4/10 is equal to 25. And so we can say that the original price of the hairdryer, was $25. The next question we're going to look at is number 3 on page 22. A jeweler paid $500 for a bracelet and then sold it for $800. What was the rate of markup? Okay, and it says in parentheses here, be careful that there's an extra step in this problem. So we've got to think about that, what that extra step is going to be. Let's start with the equation. Okay, this was a markup question. So the markup equation says that markup, the amount of markup, is equal to a percentage of the wholesale price. So let's call that the wholesale price. Okay, so again, remember the wholesale price is the price that the store pays for it, but then they mark it up before they sell it to you. Okay, so the wholesale price is what the jeweler paid. The jeweler paid $500 for this bracelet, so we can put 500 in for the wholesale price. And they want to know at the end here, it says, what is the rate of markup? So we can call our percentage R. R times 500 is what we have on the right-hand side. And now the amount of markup. Well, it says the jeweler paid $500 and then sold it for $800. Now, $800 wasn't the amount that they added to the price. In order to figure that out, you're going to have to subtract the retail price, the $800 he sold it for, and the wholesale price to get the amount of markup. That's the extra step here. So if we do 800 minus 500, we know that that's going to be 300. So 300 was the amount of the markup. Okay, the jeweler paid $500 for it, and then he marked it up $300 before he sold it to the customer for $800. So 300 equals R times 500. To get the value of R, the rate of markup, just simply divide each side by 500. On the right, R times 500 over 500 is going to be equal to R. 300 divided by 500 is equal to 6/10. Okay, so this is our rate as a decimal, but we want it to be a percentage, so once twice to the right, that's going to be equal to 60%. And so we can say that the rate of markup is 60%. The jeweler used a 60% markup on the price of the bracelet. The last question we're going to look at is number 2 on page 23. Mr. Dalton works for a salary of $350 a week plus commission. If his sales for the week were $30,750 and his rate of commission is 8.5%, what is his commission and salary together for the week? Okay, so we need to start with the commission equation. So we see that up above. Commission is equal to a percentage of the amount of sales. Okay, salespeople earn a commission based off of the amount that they sell their items for. It's some rate of the amount of sales. So let's see if we can pick out the information that we need here. So it says Mr. Dalton works for a salary of $350 a week plus commission. So this $350 isn't the commission, and it's not the amount of the sales, and it certainly isn't our percentage. So that's going to be some extra information that we'll need at the end. Okay? If his sales for the week were $3,750, well, there's the sales, okay? The sales for the week were $3,750. Let's go ahead and plug that in for the amount of sales. And his rate of commission is 8.5%, so we know the rate, okay? What is his commission and salary together for the week? So we have to start by finding the commission, C. Okay, and then 8.5%. Remember, 8.5% is the same as 8 5/10%. So we move the decimal 2 places to the left once, twice. That means our rate is going to be 85 thousandths. So we're going to have 85 thousandths times 3,750, which was the amount of sales. All right, and this will get us the amount of his commission. So C equals, if you go ahead and do the multiplication, 85 thousandths times 3,750, punch that into your calculator, you should end up with 318 75 hundredths, which we know in money would be $318.75. That's the amount of the commission that Mr. Dalton earned. So the question says, what is his commission and salary together? So there's the commission, and his salary is $350. So what we're going to have to do is add them. So we're going to take the salary, $350, plus the commission of $318.75 is going to give us 668 75 hundredths. So we can say that Mr. Dalton earned $668.75 for the week. Okay, and that again is the total of his salary, the $350, plus the commission that he earned from his sales.